بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد قوم. Yeah, his brother said they're memorizing it, and he was watching him memorizing it. So go ahead. ولا أذن يشاركوها كفر الله. All right. Next.
عن أنس رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال لا يصيب المسلم من نصب ولا وصب.
Is it happening everywhere? Even my mind was.
عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال لا يصيب المسلم من نصب ولا وصب ولا هم ولا حزن ولا أذى ولا غم حتى الشوكة يشاكوها إلا كفر الله بها من خطايا.
Very good. I'm going to stop calling you guys the back of the bus guys. Start calling you the short bus guys. Then maybe you start memorizing the Hadith, inshallah, right? I don't think Facebook is going to like that. Oh no, you can't see that. We're from the 90s, alright, so 80s and 90s, so we have a whole different, what Malik?
All that on the short bus.
He was on the short bus.
For a long time though. I didn't like the short bus. It was like I wasn't known like that.
Yeah.
That like the special ed.
Yeah.
I was really special ed though. I just didn't like school and I got in trouble.
Well, not always. I mean, the short bus is also for like special needs kids. Some kids are in a wheelchair.
What special needs? You just did school.
Don't worry about that. We did short bus.
They did like school, man. They put us in that
special needs kids. All right, so. All right, that's what we're going to do, inshallah. We're going to get a dawah bus for the masjid, but we're going to get a short bus, inshallah. And we're going to go to every city, go into every masjid in every city in a short bus, inshallah. Who's down? All right, let's do this. I mean, we'll get 3 or 4 short buses if we have to,
We have a brother at NASA, so
we got the short bus hookup. There you go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Malik, you're going to drive. Since you got experience.
For real, I'm not a driver.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but you got experience on the short bus, so you can drive it, man. Come on. Who said Muslims can't have fun, man? Come on. Yeah, the Sheikh used to tell jokes in the masjid. Come on, man. We can't be all serious all the time, right? Yeah. Sa'a wa sa'a, like the Prophet ﷺ said, right? Huh? And you have like an hour that you put in a great effort of work. You also have to give your body some time to relax. You can't be serious all the time. If you're serious all the time, you gotta,
keep a ball around, do something.
and joke with brothers, man. The short bus crew. Yeah. That's all right. I'm gonna be right there with you on the bus, inshallah. I ain't driving. Malik's gonna drive the bus.
This one or me, because I got to drive the bus now. I'm not a driver.
You know I'm the chauffeur, man. I'm not that off.
All right, hadith number 8. Honesty. This is where we're at, right? Yeah. Honesty leads to righteousness. All right. So you're going to see in the hadith, inshallah. So this hadith is on Ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu an Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala inna as-sidq yahdi ila al-birr wa al-birr yahdi ila al-jannah wa inna rajula la yasduqu hatta yuktaba 'inda Allahi siddiqa wa inna al-kadhib yahdi ila al-fujur wa inna al-fujur yahdi ila an-nar wa inna rajula la yakdhiba hatta yuktaba 'inda Allahi la yakdhibu. Sorry, I'm not looking at the book right now. I'm testing my own self here. لا يكذب حتى يكتب عند الله كذابا. And this hadith is muttafaqun alayh. So here, the Prophet ﷺ he said that honesty is sidq. And we know that honesty is not just honesty in your speech, but honesty in what? In your actions. That your statements and your actions, they match. You don't sit there and tell the people, to do this righteousness and everything, and you're not doing it. I tell you to memorize the hadith, but I don't memorize the hadith. I tell you to do this. No, this is something we all got to work on, because the West, not just the West, but these later generations, we are kathir al-kalam, qalil al-amal. We're we have so much talk, but with the action is very, very little. So we have to focus on not just being honest in our speech, but also honest in our actions. All right, as a Muslim, there's certain things that you do, certain things you don't do. So if we want to be honest as a Muslim, we stay away from those things that we don't do. Okay, a Muslim doesn't drink. If you're drinking, then you're not being what? You're not being honest. A Muslim doesn't smoke weed. A Muslim doesn't dress like the kuffar and act like the kuffar. A Muslim doesn't behave like a dude like from Jahiliyyah. And all this type of things, if Islam is not improving you, then you are not being what? You're not being honest. You're not being honest. You're not being honest with yourself, and you're not being honest with the people. Because you're going out telling the people, I'm a Muslim. Do you understand what the word Muslim means? What does Islam mean? No, but what specifically? Give me that definition that you should know. Yeah, Islam is full submission. And we talked about, the ayah from the Quran, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, udkhulu fi as-silmi what? Kafatan. Wa la tattabi'u khutuwat ash-shaytan. So here what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuha alladhina, O you who believe, udkhulu fi as-silmi, enter into Islam with your whole self. It's submission. It's submission to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He has commanded us to do, and we give up what? Yeah, we give up our desires and our wants and our things like what we want to do. So if you're around here as a Muslim saying to the people that you're Muslim, that anta aslamta wajhak lillah, that you now submitted your face to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you submitted your whole self to Allah, right? Because the Arabs, they use the word wajh, right, in the Arabic language, but what does it mean? Your whole self. It doesn't mean just your face. It means, they said, aslama wajhahu lillah. But the wajh here is just a part of the kul. So you actually, submitted your whole entire self to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means that whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded you. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ma nahaytukum anhu, fajtanibuh. Wa ma amartukum bihi, fa'tu minhum wajh. Mastata'tum. So whatever I have prohibited you from, what? Stay away from it. And whatever I have commanded you to do it to the best of your capabilities. Because you're not always going to have the abilities to carry out the commands in their perfect form, but do it to the best of, you have to give that effort. You have to give that effort. And that is a Muslim. So a Muslim is not just sadiq, he's not just honest in his speech, but he's honest in his behavior, honest in the way that he carries himself. You're like, subhanAllah, the most honorable deen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with. And that's how you should carry yourself. You carry yourself with honor, with dignity. You don't lower yourself to the behavior of like what? These people in the streets, look what the type of behavior. We're like worse than the behavior of farm animals. So is that dignity to lower yourself like that? Is a Muslim going to walk around with his pants sagging off his backside? Is a Muslim going to be using like different words and speaking like he just came out the gutter? No. Carry yourself with dignity, with honor. That's what Islam's doing. Islam, Allah is raising you up with this deen. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you this deen and giving you this blessing to raise you up. And be sadiq in everything. And carry yourself with dignity, with honor, and with the right and proper manners and adab and akhlaq. Running around chit-chatting with girls and shaking, this and doing this and checking out girls and, flirting and doing all that. I'm a Muslim. Yeah, please. Alright, until that's the sadiq in nafs. Alright, you're not being honest with yourself. And be truthful. Be truthful with not just your statements, but what? And that's why you see The Prophet ﷺ said, "Inna as-sidq yahdi ila al-birr." That truthfulness, it leads to what? To bir. Bir is all forms of righteousness. Righteousness. It's like an ism jami'. لكل خير. لكل عمل فيه خير. So what's up? No, they're not. The bir is, taqwa is more specific. And bir is all the forms of righteousness. But taqwa, you're avoiding. I think we talked about this before, right?
Yeah, we're going into deep about taqwa, but we never compared it to.
No, okay. The bir is all the forms of righteousness. But you become like the higher that you go up as far as taqwa and ihsan, that you leave off even that which you doubt. You know, like even things that are halal, you're going to leave them off because you're too afraid to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's like when you get into like you become from the muttaqeen. But the birr is the basic righteousness that all of us we should all be trying to do this. The birr walidain, being righteous to your parents, being righteous to your neighbors, being righteous to each other as brothers. He said, "As-sidq yahdi ila al-birr." So if we're like sitting here treating each other like, you know, like garbage, are we being honest? Because the Prophet ﷺ said that as-sidq, that honesty, it leads you to righteousness. So if your behavior is not changing as a Muslim, then what's not happening in your life? You're not being honest. And like I said, it's not about like telling lies, like, oh, you know, did you break this? No, I didn't break it in your life. Now, we're not talking about that type of stuff. We're talking about everything matching up. You are a Muslim. Act like one, dress like one, talk like one, behave like one, and carry yourself with dignity like a Muslim. You know? So he said, in the sidq yahdi ila al-birr. So sidq, like honesty, it leads to righteousness. And righteousness leads to what? Well, and the birr yahdi ila al-jannah. And it leads to, he said, the fire.
Back of the bus.
Yeah. No, you're in the back of the short bus. Yeah, so the bir yahdi ila jannah, like righteousness leads you to Jannah. وَأَنَّ رَجُلَ لَا يَصْدُقُ, and a man will continue to be honest حَتَّى يُكْتَبَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ صِدِّيقًا, until he's written with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as from the Siddiqeen. And these are the people that now everything about them is what? It's truthful. Their actions, their words. Abu Bakr what? As-Siddiq. And these are the people when we talk about, you sit here every single day, 17 times a day. What do you recite? Okay, and what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and what's the dua that you make in Surah Al-Fatiha every single day? And who are, and Dina Sirat al-Mustaqim, who? Sirat al-Ladina what? And who are these people?
Who were guided to the correct path.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, min as-siddiqeen, wa shuhada'i, min al-nabiyyin, wa siddiqeen, wa shuhada'i, wa salihin, wa hasuna ulaika what? Rafiqa. So these are the people that we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to the path that He guided them to follow, which is the Nabiyyin, the prophets, was-Siddiqeen, which is the people of honesty and truthfulness in their words and their actions and their deeds and the way they carry themselves, was-Shuhada'i, and the people that died in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, died fighting in the path of Allah, wa-Salihin, and the righteous people. وَحَسُنَ أُولَٰئِكَ رَفِيقًا, like these are the best of what? Yeah, and the best of, like, if you're going to accompany somebody, these are the people, these are the best companions to have. And this is what we're making that dua for, so you got to keep that in mind. When you say, اهْدِنَا الصِّرَاطَ الْمُسْتَقِيمَ صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ, that's what you're making the dua for, to be from them. And that's what this is talking about, and that's how you got to do it. You have to, you know, the words and the actions have to match up. So then he said after that, he said, حتى يكتب إلى الله صديقا وإن الكذب, the lying, يهدي إلى الفجور. So lying leads to what? Wickedness. Wicked behavior. You trying to twist the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fit your desires. Trying to make something that's halal haram, like something haram is halal just to fit what? Your desires. You're not being honest. The halal is the halal, the haram is the haram. Don't try to twist everything to fit your desires. Because by doing that, you're lying. You're lying on the law. You're lying on the messenger. You go up in the pass of fatwa and say, oh, taking these pills is halal. Oh, smoking this weed is halal. Oh, drinking this drink is halal. And you know that what? That's haram. That's kadhib. And what does it lead you to? Fujur. It leads you to wicked behavior. And that wicked behavior leads you to what? The fire. What do you become? You become a wicked person. All that honor that Islam gave you, gone. The dignity that Islam gave you, gone. Everything. So what happens to you? You've seen it. We've seen it over and over and over. The brother comes in the masjid, he's learning his deen, cleans himself up, good to go, right? What happens now? Starts dibble-dabbling in his desires, back on the street, what happened? And you see him a month later, 2 months later, what does he look like? He's all messed up. It's all messed up. His mind is gone. His everything, look at him. Can't even carry himself with pride anymore. Not with pride, but with honor. Not like pride, stuff fall off, because that's the worst thing you want to do. But there's no honor no more, no dignity, no nothing. So steal from his mother maybe just to get drugs. What happens? All because of what? He tried to twist his desires, twist the deen to fit his desires. That's kether. And it leads to wicked behavior. And that wicked behavior leads to what? To the hellfire. Be honest. If you do something wrong, but you didn't do this in the name of this deen. You did that in the name of what? Yourself and your desires. Don't try to twist the deen. That's going to get you messed up. And that's where the wicked behavior comes in, and that's where the fire comes in. You do something wrong, you do it on your own. You make that decision. And don't try to twist the deen to fit it. So he said, when al-fajur yahdi ila-nar. When the rajula yakdibu. He's going to continue. A person's going to continue to lie. Be dishonest, right? Hatta yuktaba indallahi what? Kadaba. Until he's written with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one of the biggest liars. Kadab is from a sigat al-mubalagha in the Arabic language, which means that all he does is lie. His whole life is a lie. Everything about him is what? Is a lie. And that's how he's written with Allah. You die on this stage and you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with what? That's what you're written. You're written with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what? Kadab. You want to be written from the Siddiqeen or you want to be written from the Kadabeen? Alright, so that's what we got to do. We got to polish ourselves up. Learn the correct behavior, learn the correct ways to, carry ourselves as Muslims. And do that. And be honest, I think when we say that we're Muslim, what? We act it out. We say, La ilaha illallah. Act it out, live it. That's not just like a little slogan that we say as Muslims. That's a life principle. That's a principle of our lives that guides and governs every single thing that we do in this life. La ilaha illallah. Muhammad Rasulullah. The only one that's worthy of worship is Allah, and the only one that's worthy to be followed absolutely is what? The messenger of Allah. Live that. And be from the Siddiqeen, inshallah. All of us, man. Allah yajalana minhum. Allah yajalana min as-Siddiqeen. Wa shuhada. Wa salihin. Obviously, we can't be from the Nabi for a long time. Those things are done. Oh, you got a question?
It's just because an honorable person mentioned in the Quran, and he didn't mention for his ilm and his hikmah, only his Quran. I heard that he was from the time era or
I don't know, like I said, I can go and check and see if any of that's like all that. Alright, now I'm waiting, inshallah, for tafsir to come. I don't have the tafsir here to go back and read through all the different. I have tafsir Ibn Jarir at home in Jacksonville. And he would bring all the statements with the chains and narrations. And we sit down and read through it and check it. And right now I gotta wait until I can get my books, inshallah. You have tafsir? You have it at home. Then just bring it. Like one day when we're freer, inshallah, we sit down and read through it and look at it, inshallah. And any questions downstairs, send them up now. Yeah. might be doing the tafsir, but it's going to be like after maybe. If we want to start off like tafsir al-Fatiha, tafsir al-Juz Amma from tafsir al-Sa'di as a beginning. And then inshallah progress as the people, more people memorize, more people, inshallah. Let's end this and then we talk. وإلى هنا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.